Today, everyone is chasing that easy money wale online businesses in 2025. Now, I have built and failed at multiple online ventures since the age of 18. I went from a food brand which was collaborating with Delhi Metro government at the age of 18 to dropshipping stores doing 45 lakhs monthly and then to a service agency which does close to $15,000 per month on autopilot. And today, I am breaking down which digital businesses are actually worth your time as a beginner and which ones are absolutely traps. Not based on any theory, not based on what some guru told me, but based on what I have personally built, scaled, and sometimes watched collapse even. So if you are looking to start an online business this year, this is the reality check that you need before wasting months or even years on the wrong business model. So first, let's address the elephant in the room. Most of these best online business advices are totally trash. Why? Because it is usually coming from people who are biased towards their business and not actually running them successfully even. But after launching 5 to 6 different online ventures in the last 7 or 8 years, I have developed a framework to evaluate any business model. And as per this framework, you need to check just these 3 important criteria. Number 1 is timeline to revenue. How long is this business taking on an average to make your first rupee and then your first lakh rupee? Second, the skill barrier. What do you need to know before you can actually execute this business effectively? And the third is the market saturation. How many others are doing this exact thing that you plan to do in the market currently? Now, based on these 3 criterias, now when I started my food brand in Pune, I made money on day 1. But when it came to dropshipping, it took me close to 2 weeks of testing. With the content creation business, it took me months. Now, if you see, each model has a very different timeline. And if you need money sooner, then some of these models won't simply work out for you. Now, if you see, my journey wasn't linear. The waffle brand outlet, which I started, made literally 1 month of salary in 1 day. And later my dropshipping businesses, it took me months and months to optimize before I reached that 45 lakh rupee per month scale. And then literally COVID hit. And all those Chinese app bans, if you remember, they destroyed the revenue stream which I built overnight. And that is when I decided to pivot to service businesses while I was working a full-time job. So I used to come back in the evening from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. after my day job. I used to work until I could land enough clients to quit my full-time job. Now, each of these shifts that I made taught me something very crucial about online business models that most creators won't ever tell you. So, the best business for a beginner isn't necessarily the most profitable one. Yes, you heard me right. Instead, it is the one that you can actually execute with your current resources, skills, and timeline. So after seeing what's working now and where the markets are headed, here are the 3 online business models that I believe offer the best opportunity for beginners in this year. Starting with number 1 is a service-based business 3.0. Now, I'm not talking about age-old freelancing or your elder brother's agency. Service business 3.0 means delivering digital services with recurring revenue model and leveraging AI to reduce the skill barrier. Now, why it works for beginners so well? You can literally start this with just one skill you already have or you can learn in the next 30 days. Second, the path to your first $1,000 is more clearer and faster than any other business model. And third, you build business fundamentals that can transfer to any future venture. I started my agency with 0 experience, just learned the basic ability to run Facebook ads, got 2 clients while working full-time job, and that was all it took to create the momentum that I needed. And today, that same agency runs on autopilot. I have an operations officer who is looking after everything today. And you know what? The key evolution for 2025 is moving beyond those project-based work to recurring service models. Now think about monthly management, not those one-off projects where you do and just get over and you never earn again. Now this is exactly how I scaled from struggling to a stable income. And moreover, because of India's biggest agency ecosystem, Agency Launchpad, the journey to starting your agency has literally become a cakewalk today. With the kind of resources and step-by-step processes that we have covered inside, people are literally able to get their first 2 clients in less than 21 days. Yes. So starting with the second business model, which is the personal branding businesses. Now, building a personal brand has never been more accessible or valuable than in 2025. And this isn't just about being an influencer or anything. It's about about becoming the go-to authority in a specific niche and monetizing your expertise through your multiple channels. Now, why it works for beginners, you ask? Number one, you can start with just your knowledge and experiences, no inventory or investment ever needed. Second, the new creator economy, which is booming up, is giving personal brands an edge over all those shady, faceless companies and pages. And third, platform rewards authentic, consistent voices over those produced corporate content. And if you see, I grew to over 140K followers across all my social platforms by intentionally sharing my journey from starting my agency to scaling it over $10,000 per month. Now, I didn't try to appear perfect. I shared both wins and losses, which resonated deeply with my audience. What's powerful about this personal branding in 2025 is how it compounds over time. Each piece of content builds on the previous one, creating an asset that appreciates rather than depreciating. Now, when I started creating content about remote agencies, I had no idea it would lead me to getting opportunities and partnership offers and whatnot. Now, the key that you just can't miss for personal branding is niche specificity. Don't ever try to be everything for everyone. Now, my breakthrough came when I stopped being generic and focused specifically on helping Indian freelancers and agency owners navigate through the remote work landscape. The more specific your expertise is, the easier it is for you to stand out even as a beginner. And the third business model in our list is micro SaaS businesses. Now, unlike massive software platforms trying to serve everyone, micro SaaS businesses target hyper-specific problems within niche industries, creating focused solutions that generate predictable recurring revenue. Now, why is this working so great for beginners? Number one, lower development cost and complexity than traditional SaaS platforms. Number two, can start with a simple tool solving one specific pain point. And third, creates predictable monthly recurring revenue once it is properly established. Now, I have watched several friends of mine going from non-technical backgrounds to launching their profitable micro SaaS tools. One built a very simple scheduling tool specifically for yoga instructors in India that now generates close to 1.5 lakh rupee monthly with minimal ongoing maintenance. What makes these micro SaaS so powerful in 2025 is the combination of no-code, low-code development tools and the increasing willingness of businesses to pay for softwares that solve their specific problems. You no longer need a full development team or a venture capital to build a profitable software business. Yes, the key is extreme focus. Don't try to build the next Salesforce or Shopify. Instead, find a painful problem in a specific industry, solve it elegantly with a simple tool, and charge a reasonable monthly subscription. I have seen the most success comes from tools charging between 1,000 to 5,000 rupee monthly to businesses that immediately see the ROI in your software. Now, this model pairs perfectly with service businesses and personal branding. Many successful micro SaaS founders start by offering services, identify common client pain points, then build a tool to solve them, which is transitioning them from trading time for money to scalable recurring revenue. And exactly like I did. I started my agency, scaled it, saw an issue in the market, and now launched my first ever software, which helps freelancers and service providers create portfolios, sell clear packages, and a lot more. Now, the beauty for beginners is that you can start extremely small. One feature solving one problem for one type of customer, and then expand methodically as you gain traction. Now, let's talk about the three business models that I see beginners wasting months or even years on with minimal results. Some of these worked literally years ago. I made money with some of them myself, but the landscape has changed dramatically, and those businesses are literally a trap today. So let me just mention them as trap and get started. So the trap one is pure affiliate marketing without owning the audience. The dream of ranking for keywords, sending traffic to offers and collecting commissions while you sleep is mostly dead for beginners in 2025. Now, why it fails, you ask? Number one, SEO competition is literally out of imagination for newcomers in most profitable niches. Even I failed trying to sell a weight loss affiliate program back in 2021. And second is these platform algorithms constantly change and they end up destroying overnight what took you months for you to build. And third is without your own audience, you're building on technically a rented land. And as I mentioned earlier, I tried to do this early in my journey and watched as the algorithm changed and wiped out my months of work. The winners in the affiliate marketing today are those who own their audience first and then introduce affiliate offers, not the other way around. The second trap is the generic dropshipping. Now, this one hurts to include this because I personally made so much money in dropshipping before COVID. Scaling to 45 lakhs monthly was a life-changing amount, yes. But the model that worked then is effectively dead now. At least that's what I believe. Now, why it fails today? Because number one, ad costs have skyrocketed while conversion rates have literally gone to shit. Secondly, supply chain issues and shipping delays literally frustrate customers and you end up having very high crazy RTOs. Thirdly, platform policies are becoming more restrictive each and every year. And even I suffered with meta ads like policies every single day. And lastly, competition is now global, cutthroat more than ever. Now, after COVID and those Chinese app bans, I had to completely pivot away from this model. The barriers are now today very high for beginners. The most successful e-commerce brands in 2025 are not doing this generic dropshipping for generic products. They will be building brands with unique products and owning their customer relationships. And the third trap business is the passive content business. The idea that you can start a YouTube channel or a blog today and make significant income from ads or sponsorships within a few months is the most kiddish myth, I would say. Now, if you ask me why it fails, number one, the timeline to meaningful revenue is 1 to 2 years for most creators. Secondly, the platform dependency means your income can disappear literally overnight. And the third, the skill requirement for great content keeps on increasing every single day. And for the biggest one, if you are watching this in India, I'm sorry to say, my friend, but these social platforms don't have a great payout for Indian creators. Because I have been creating content for years, built a following of 140k people, and I can tell you one thing, content isn't passive, especially in the beginning. The successful content businesses which are built in 2025 will be those that use content as a marketing channel. And like marketing channel for what, but if you ask, marketing channel to promote their other businesses, not just as their primary revenue source. Now, I have been creating content for years, built a following of close to 140k, and I can tell you one thing very clearly. Content isn't passive, especially in the beginning. The successful content businesses in 2025 will only be those businesses which leverage content as a marketing channel and build their own businesses on top of these marketing channels. Because, yeah, if you are just going to rely on content, then I'm really sorry to say you won't be surviving. I want to tell you something which nobody tells beginners about starting online businesses. The fundamental skills that actually determine success have nothing to do with the specific business model. Yes, you heard that right. The most underrated skills that you first need to develop are all these that I'm going to just tell you now. Number one is sales psychology and communication. Now, every business requires persuasion, right? The second skill is systems thinking, the ability to create and think of processes and great systems that can make you money on autopilot. And third is rapid implementation, moving from idea to execution without getting stuck in that perfectionism wala stage. Now, when I started working on my agency after my 9 to 5 job, I was working from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. and that is what made the difference. I wasn't good in my technical skills. It was my ability to identify the client needs, communicate value, and deliver results through the systems that I built. Now, when I landed my first 2 agency clients while still working full-time, I wasn't selling them some complex service packages. I identified one specific problem that I could solve, reached out directly to the businesses facing that problem, and made one clear offer. The foundation of any successful online business is providing real value and communicating that value effectively. That's all. Now, master these fundamentals first, and then any business model becomes way more viable for you. Abhi, you exactly know about the right business models, about the traps and everything. So how do you actually choose the right online business model for yourself in 2025? Now, here is my strategic selection framework. First, honestly assess your current situation. How much runway do you have financially? How much time you can consistently invest weekly? And third, what skills do you already possess or can learn very quickly? Now, if you need income within 90 days, services are your only realistic option, period. Now, if you have 6 to 12 months off runway, you can start with content or community building while offering services to generate some immediate revenue here and there. And the hybrid approach is what worked for me now. And it was the most successful with the other entrepreneurs in my circle that I know. When I was building my agency, I was simultaneously creating content about my agency. The content built authority that made selling services way more easier, and the service results gave me the material for better content. Can you see the feedback loop or the consistent content flywheels that was happening? When I was starting out, my majority time went on client acquisition and delivery, while I spent some time creating content and continuously improving my skills. Now remember this, the best online business isn't the one that makes the most amount of money or is the most profitable for someone else. It is the one that aligns with your strengths, your resources, and the timeline that you have, my friend. Okay, so finally, let me make this crystal clear for you. The best online businesses for beginners in 2025 isn't universal. It depends on your starting capital, time availability, and the skill foundation. However, service-based businesses remain the fastest path to revenue for most beginners. They require the least capital, generate income the quickest, and build your fundamental business skills that can be transferred to any future business that you want to start ever down the line. And the worst traps are those promising your passive incomes without the foundation of an audience or a unique value proposition. Please don't fall for those like the generic dropshipping, the affiliate marketing, or passive content myths and all those. They all just sound too good to be true. And remember that the reality check framework, if you remember, the timeline to revenue, skill barrier, and the market saturation. Please evaluate any opportunity through these three lenses and you will save yourself months of frustration. Now, starting an online business in 2025 isn't about finding some secret, untapped opportunity. It's about executing proven models with discipline, providing genuine value, and building sustainable systems. So if you are serious about starting an online business in 2025 and the service business is something you want to start with, then I have some good news for you. I have created something very special to help you get started immediately. Now, I have created a free 3-day agency program that covers everything you need to launch your service business from scratch. We'll cover finding your perfect niche to landing your first clients, even if you have a blank portfolio, and setting up systems to scale beyond the initial hustle. Now, this isn't some teaser that holds back the real information. It's the exact foundation that I used to build my agency to $15,000 per month on autopilot. And the best part? It's completely free. I created this program because I wish someone had given me this roadmap when I was working 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. trying to figure it out all by myself. Click the link in the description to join the 3-day agency program and let's turn this 2025 in the year you finally build an online business that actually generates revenue and not just consumes your time. Now, if this video helped you clarify which online business models are worth your time in 2025, do smash that like button and subscribe for more no BS advice. I'll see you on the other side. Cheers.